Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I forgot that sleigh bells happened during this. It's been 2 weeks since we've seen a Yukimaro episode and I apologize for that, but Rao was kind of getting left behind and I wanted to catch him up and I guess I got ambitious because once I got to the end, I'm like, you know what? I'm going for it and I'm going to finish him off up until his endings. And I mean, I almost thought about doing the same thing to Yukimaro, but then I would feel bad like having 5 episodes of Yukimaro with nothing for Rao. So we kind of swapped and did Rao instead. But we are back now, and I'm going to finish Yukimaro completely, including his endings. Not today, but the next 3 episodes are going to be for him. Because I don't want to wait too long in between, because when there's too big of a gap in between, in the middle of a story, it feels kind of disjointing, I guess, when you try to go back and reread it. When you try to go back and remember what happened, as someone who's reading it and someone who's watching it when they come out. Anyone who watches this later and binge reads it or whatever, they're not gonna miss anything. But so yeah, after these games are over, I'm going to only be playing one game at a time, so I only focus on that. They come out quicker, they get over quicker, and I think it'd be better for viewers and myself. I won't feel so overwhelmed trying to decide which game I want to play, and when one game becomes more interesting than the other, I tend to neglect the other game. And I only started doing this because I've already read Code Realize, so I started Cupid Parasite, I think, along with it, because Code Realize was it got boring towards the end, at like guy number 4. So, but I say that, but I think guy number 4 was Saint Germain, so not Saint Germain, but when you read something twice, even though it's been 4 years, I didn't realize that it could get boring again. It has to be like a game like this where where all the routes seem interesting and enjoyable. But anyway, so a quick recap. They confessed their feelings to each other. He kissed her goodbye, and he's going back to, I almost said what, HO, the organization that Sei is in, but he's not with that. He's with some kind of spirit organization, and they called him back because he's fulfilled his mission. She's happy, but he said he will come back to see her again. I don't know what that's going to mean, but anyway. After saying goodbye to Yukimaro, I headed home. There I found myself restless, continuously staring at the clock. Yukimaro's late. I'll see you tonight. That's what he promised, but it was nearing midnight. I wonder if the society considers me happy now. And because he's no longer my guardian spirit, I might not see him anymore. I sighed and shook my head. There's no point in dwelling on it. All I can do now is wait.
ねえ、ミサさん、ミサさん。
Oh, Toka. Looking up, I saw Toka's concerned face staring back at me.
ゆきまろさんなら、きっと帰ってくるです。なんて言ったって、あなたの座敷わらしなんですから。
That's cute. He's trying to comfort her. I could tell he was trying to cheer me up, and that alone gave me some comfort. Instead of worrying alone, I found talking with someone to be comforting. It kept me distracted. Thank you for your kind words, but you might not be my guardian spirit anymore. My career path isn't fully clear yet, but it's beginning to take shape.
ふぅ。あなたが辛そうにしていると、僕まで辛くなってくるです。恋煩いって苦しいんですね。
Love, huh? Are you talking about Yukimaro's love or your own? Tell me about it. Hey, wait. Did you just say love?
言ったです。だって、ゆきまろさんに恋してるですよね。
Okay, well at least he's not talking about himself. It's too early for that. How did you know?
この僕を侮っていますね。言ったじゃないですか。僕はあなたのストーカーだって。
I'm your stalker. What does stalking have to do with this?
だから、それほどあなたを分かってるってことです。様子だけで気持ちが分かっちゃうくらいには。 誰に恋をしているのかなんて、僕にはお見通しなんですから。
Pointless. Still, I don't fully get it, but somehow he's very persuasive. I felt like he could see right through me, and I became embarrassed.
進路の次は恋につまずくなんて、ほんと、あなたの人生は山あり谷ありですね。でも、きっと今度も乗り越えるんだと思うです。
I appreciate your kindness, Tokyo, but this time is different. He's a spirit after all. Yukimaro and I can't be together. There was a barrier between mortals and spirits that we simply couldn't overcome. Just speaking to him made that clear.
それは些細なことなのですよ。
It's a minor detail. Well, I mean, if the god says it's possible, then... Toka giggled and it made me think. Toka is a god. Maybe he knows a way. Is that why he's so confident? I was just about to ask him when Toka spoke up first.
問題はそこじゃないです。相手があの雪丸さんってところが、もう、
The issue is that she chose Yukimaro? How's that the issue? Why does he look so sad? Is it because it's not him?
お前、はっきり言って趣味悪いぜ。
And Koharu's like, I know, right? She should have chose me. I didn't even notice Koharu had entered the room when he said that. Not you too, Koharu. Wait, Koharu noticed too? Am I really that transparent? Both of you are terrible. You don't have to be so mean.
だって、ねえ、あの雪丸さんですよ。ヘラヘラしてアニメばっかり見て、男らしさのかけらもないです。
Smirking and watching anime.
食い意地も汚いったらないしな。歌も下手くそだし。
And he sucks at singing.
自分勝手でわがまま。ありゃ大人のなりしたガキだ。
Hey, I'm a kid stuck in an adult's body. I mean, I'm just having this conversation with someone just now, but I'm nearly 40 playing a silly Otome romance game, so, I mean, there's nothing wrong with still being a kid in an adult body. Whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. See, she agrees. So what if he likes anime and food? Those are just things he enjoys. What's wrong with doing things you enjoy? And Yukimaro is great. At least, I think he's great. The words tumbled out of my mouth, and they both stared back at me stunned. Oops, maybe I overdid it there. I'm sorry, I guess I got a little heated.
その熱は本人に伝わっているみたいです。
What does that mean?
Love, Misa殿。
Oh my goodness, he said that so passionately behind her. I felt his voice close to my ear, and then he embraced me from behind. Ah, Yukimaro.
そんなにも思ってくれていたなんて、我は幸せ者じゃ。
He's so cute. You're back. Hey, not in front of everyone, please.
ああ、イチャついちゃって。僕は失礼するです。
I know, he's like, I'm a third wheel, let's go.
お似合いだぜ。
I misread that for a second. I thought he said, well, you two aren't cute. Like, oh, well, that's mean. They smirked and left the room together.
我のことでムキになって憤慨してくれるとは、愛しさが溢れて止まらないのだ。好き好きラブラブ。
Did you not press your cheek against mine? Feeling both joy and embarrassment, I couldn't help but push Yukimaro away from me. Anyway. Aw, he's like, I wanted to enjoy this. Oh, don't be like that. I just really want to know what's going on.
おお、そうじゃったそうじゃった。
Oh yeah, that. His body expression quickly changed into a serious one. It seemed I'd finally find out what was going on. I sighed with relief only to be filled with shock as he got down on his knees. Oh? Huh? He bowed deeply, as he did when we first met, his presence seemingly transformed.
こたび、この雪丸は、主様の座敷わらしの任を解かれました。
Aww. He said that so formally to her.
けれども、今後も変わらずに願っております。ミサ殿に幸せがあらんことを。
So this really is goodbye. He had always urged me to prepare mentally, and I knew, deep down, that this day would come. Yukimaro then stood, offering me a comforting smile.
そなたのおかげで我は見習いから正式な座敷わらしへと昇格できたのじゃ。感謝してもしきれぬ。
I prepared for this. I knew it was my turn to thank him as well. Yukimaro, I should be thanking you. You were the one who helped me figure out what to do with my future. For that, I'm truly grateful.
互いに成長したということじゃな。
Yeah, we have. The thought of us partying felt unbearable. That feeling hadn't changed, but I knew it wasn't time for me to be selfish. I don't want to be a burden to him. I attempted a brave smile. It hardly masked my sorrow. Tears inevitably began welling up in my eyes.
約束したであろう。我の前では素直でいることと。
Yes, tell him how you feel and cry all over him. That's what he wants.
ミサ殿、約束をくれぬか。我の前では素直でいると。そなたの感情や気持ちがどんなものであれ、我は受け止める。
He'll accept your sadness. His fingers brushed my cheeks, and that's when I realized that tears were streaming down my face. I am so sorry. It's just, I know this is goodbye, and...
我のために涙を流すその姿も愛くるしくてたまらぬ。
Oh, he called her beautiful. Not many of them call her beautiful.
もう少し見ていたいものだが、やはりそなたには笑顔でいてほしい。
Yukimaro's hand gently cradled my cheek. I placed my hands over his as if to affirm he was still with me.
ミサ殿、我はあと少しの間、そなたの瞳に映っていられるだろう。
What do you mean? His expression was the most serious I'd ever seen from him as he looked directly into my eyes.
思い出してほしい。出会いの時を。我がそなたの前に姿を見せたのはどんな状況であったか。
That was... the priest performing an exorcism ritual. Oh. A realization hit me as the memory became clear. I saw Yukimaro for the first time before he became my guardian spirit. Wait, so the reason I could see you is... Yukimaro smiled and nodded in confirmation.
あの神主の力があってこそなのだ。我が座敷わらしとして申し入れをする前から、我らの視線は合っていた。
So, we can still be together.
そういうことじゃ。
Overwhelmed with joy, I rushed towards Yukimaro and wrapped my arms around him.
はあ、そなたからの熱き抱擁、たまらんのだ。やはり感動の再会とはいいものだな。愛おしさがあふれて、いつもより胸のキュンキュンも倍増じゃ。
You're kind of ruining the moment. Can you just keep that all to yourself? Why is it ruining the moment? Oh, that's so romantic, though. Why is that ruining the moment?
喜ぶときは素直にが我流じゃ。我の良いところをたくさんあげられるそなたなら、これも美点であろ
う。You got a point there. I suppose your positivity is one of your many charms. That's right, a gloomy atmosphere doesn't suit us. Even when the time for us to part comes, I knew Yukimaro would keep smiling until the end. I owe the priest a thank you. His ritual lets me stay with Yukimaro a bit longer. Wait. Yukimaro. I released him and stared. You knew it was the priest's power allowed us to see each other, right?
ああ、そうじゃ。
Then why did you say all that stuff at the shrine about me needing to be prepared and all that? What was that face for? I saw that face. Yukimaro froze, caught off guard, and his eyes began to shift away.
そう、それはじゃな。万が一のことを考慮してのものだ。
He seems very nervous right now. Don't tell me you acted that way just because you wanted to kiss me. What?
だって、他に好機がなかったんだもの。
Oh. Was he playing up the moment of their goodbye so he could kiss her? Well, he was just going to kiss her on the forehead, and then she closed her eyes, and he took that as permission to kiss her lips.
もちろんそなたの気持ちが我に向くのを待とうと思っておったが、いずれ別れは訪れる。だから後悔のないようやりたいことはすべてやるべき。
You're using my own words against me.
嫌だったのかの？
Aww. He says that so timidly. He's so afraid of the answer. Well, when he says it like that,
ミサ殿も我と同じように接吻をしたいとそう思ってくれていると信じておったのだが。
he's making me sad. Yukimaro looked at me with his wide puppy dog eyes. Oh no, that look is my weakness. I know, right? 7. Okay, we're in 7. I'm like, what chapter are we in? He said I didn't not want to, but we're gonna say that's a separate issue first because it's not a save. Whether I wanted to or not is a separate issue.
なんと！
Be honest. So he said, it's not right to trick someone into a kiss.
む。
I don't know if it was tricking. Seeing Yukimaro hang his head, I wondered if I was too harsh with him. If I condone his actions, he might justify using our farewell as another excuse. I'd rather avoid that sadness if possible.
と、そろそろ寝た方が良いな。
You know, it's after midnight, right? I glanced at the clock and realized it was just about midnight. Alright, let's go back up. Dang it. I'm used to Cupid Parasites. It's the X button. It's Y on this one. I didn't not want to, but... I mean, I didn't not want to, but... To be honest, I was happy about that kiss.
それを聞いて安心したぞ。それでは改めて接吻を。
I knew he would ask for another one. Hey, don't get ahead of yourself. Aw. He hugged me tightly and tried to go in for another kiss, but I lightly pushed him away.
チェ。まあ良い。今はやめておくとするか。
Hey, he is so pouty. I felt that pout. She's just too embarrassed. She's too shy. You have to let her warm up. Let's see. I think the only person she's ever boldly kissed was Koyo. Koyo, and there's a couple actually. She's kissed Koyo, she kissed Hibiki. She kissed Seiya. She had to give him power back. I guess she's kissed half of the guys herself. I say half the guys, that's only 3 though. I'm actually trying to remember Minami's first kiss. I don't think they ever kissed until their little dream ritual thing. Yeah, because she was denying her feelings for him all that time. So he plans on trying again. I mean, yeah, why not?
と、そろそろ寝た方が良いな。
I glanced at the clock and realized it was just about midnight. Oh, wow, how time flies. I have to go to school tomorrow. I really should get to sleep, but... I wondered how much longer I'd be able to see him with my own eyes. I wondered how many times we'd be able to talk back and forth like this. I know, you better kiss him while you can. Thinking about things that way, it seemed wasteful to fall asleep.
これでよし。すまんが、電気を消してくれんかの。
Would you mind turning off the lights? Did he crawl up in your bed? Oh, sure. Hey, why are you getting into bed too? I knew it. He stared at me as though sleeping in my bed was the most natural thing in the world.
はっはっは。これは奇妙なことを聞く。共に眠るからに決まっておろう。今宵からそなたを抱きしめて眠るのだ。
Hug you to sleep. It's like he shares one kiss with her, and now he's like, I get bed privileges. I mean, well, Manami thought that too. He actually did drag her to bed and hold her while she fell asleep. What? What are you saying? She's like 15.
何があった
I know, she's like 15. Get out of her bed.
どうしたです？
おい、何かあったのか？
Everyone's up in here. Oh, what does she actually yell? Oh, what are you saying? Okay. Oh, she didn't say anything embarrassing.
泥棒でも出たの？
At my shout, everyone at home rushed into my room to check on me. It turned into quite a commotion. As I tried to downplay the situation to my mom and sister, Yukimaro was escorted out by Toka, who chuckled coldly, and Koharu, who looked angry. Get out of her room. I brushed Misa's hair with my fingertip, but gently and quietly to avoid waking her. There you go. That's your privilege as being a ghost. You can just sneak in when she's asleep. If she had allowed it, I would have preferred to hold her tightly rather than touch her lightly like this. I longed to hold her, to kiss her once more.
おい、妙なこと考えるんじゃねえぞ。
I mean, I think it's funny how he has them two to scold him, but I mean, Seiya did the same thing. Seiya, who else did? Senna watched her, I think, every day while she slept too.
今度おかしな真似をしたら、二度とお日様を拝めないようにしてやるです。
They couldn't touch her though. I guess I'm being watched.
言われずとも分かっておる。ちょっと触れてるだけだもん。
These guys sure are at pain. Unable to make them leave, I limited myself to caressing Misa's cheek. Surely they would permit at least that much. Misa smiled suddenly. I quickly withdrew my hand, fearing I'd woken her. I held my breath, watching her, but Misa's breathing remained steady. She was still sound asleep.
幸せそうな顔だの。どんな夢を見ているのやら。
I hope she's dreaming of meeting me. I was immediately interrupted by some voices.
てめえの夢じゃないことは確かだな。
です。あんなことした後ですからね。
うるさいぞ。我の妄想にまで口を挟むでない。
ああ？挟むに決まってんだろうが。妄想でも許されねえんだよ。
You're not allowed to interrupt daydreams.
です。万死に値するです。
They're so mean to him.
何を言う。我は彼女の。
He just yelled.
静かにするです。起こしちゃうですよ。
おい、そろそろ行くぞ。起こしたら悪いだろ。
嫌じゃ。徹夜してでもここにおる。
勘弁しろよ。お前に付き合ってるこっちの身にもなれ。
悪いが付き合ってもらうぞ。こうしていられるのもあとわずかかもしれんからの。目覚めた時から彼女の瞳に映っていたいのだ。そしておはようと挨拶をしたい。
仕方ねえな。
He said that so reluctantly. Bahara said that and laid down on the floor. He's just gonna watch you on the floor. I guess he's not going to leave. I would have liked to be alone with her, but I guess he was just looking out for her.
僕も付き合うです。彼女に何かあってはいけないですから。
感謝するぞ、二人とも。
The next day, the hectic night was followed by a surprise-filled morning. Oh, I woke up to find the three of them in my room. All of them looked exhausted, as though they had barely slept a wink. Do spirits or ghosts sleep, though? I wonder what happened. I'm heading out. As I opened the door to leave for school, Yukimaro was there with his arms crossed, waiting. Are you waiting for me?
さっき部屋で言い忘れたことがあったのだ。
Earlier. For some reason, Yukimaro looked very upset.
どうして昨夜我を助けてくれなかったのだ。
Save you? What are you talking about?
そなたの部屋から連れ出された後、小春と東花殿からひどい目に遭わされたのだぞ。
That's your own fault. Oh, that. Come to think of it, I did hear a lot of commotion coming from behind the door as I tried to smooth things over with Mom and Sis. By the time I went to sleep, my room was empty. I mean, you got scolded for wanting to sleep in her bed. I mean, you deserved that. Thanks to that, I was able to get a good night's rest. You had it coming, Yukimaro. You tried to sleep in my bed after all. I know, right?
我悪くないもん。ただ一緒に寝たかっただけだもん。なのにそなたがあらぬ想像をしたせいで。
Like, anyone would think that, though. What do you mean by that? So it's somehow my fault.
そうじゃ。我は純度 100% だったのに。
100% purity. 100% purity. He makes it sound like he's talking about some kind of juice. Of course, you would compare it to juice. Despite my embarrassment, I had to set things straight. But can you really blame me for thinking that? I mean, I have feelings for you. I know, and you're a man.
なんと今好きって我のこと好きって言うてくれたのか。
His pouty face disappeared, replaced by a beaming smile.
なあ、もう一度言ってくれぬかな。
Forget it. I started to walk away, almost running away from Yukimaro, who began trotting along after me.
おはよ
Oh, good morning, Sayaka.
う。今日もゆきまるさんと一緒なんだ。愛が溢れてるね。
I wouldn't go that far. Despite my desire to be honest with my feelings, I couldn't say anymore.
おはようさやか殿。我は愛に生きているのだ。
Basking in it. Did he just say hello? Oh, that's right. I am planning to visit my sister's shop today. Do you want to come too, Sayaka?
ごめん、今日は塾があるんだよね。もっと早くに行ってよ。
Yeah, I should have. My bad for asking the day of. I guess I'll just head there by myself. Then I felt a poke on my shoulder.
我は暇なのだ。
Invite me. Oh.
いいじゃん。ゆきまるさんとデートがてら行ってきなよ。
I guess I can say it out loud is embarrassing, but I love to go on a date. So then, Yukimaro, will you like to go with me?
もちろんじゃ。断られてもついていくぞ。
He was already planning.
よかったですね、ゆきまるさん。楽しんできてくださいね。
ふん、当然じゃ。というよりも、ミサ殿がいればどこでだって楽しめるのだ。
Seeing Sayaka and Yukimaro's excitement, it began to feel jittery. The date, not to mention we'll be going somewhere new together. I'm excited. Yay. At least she's not embarrassed. After school, I met Yukimaro at the school entrance and we headed towards the city on the train.
姉上のお店は結構遠いのだな。
Yes, but it's less than an hour away. Her store is in a fashionable city called Harajuku.
おお、それなら知っておるぞ。パンケーキやクレープなど甘味で溢れておる街だとか。
That's not all it's known for. He probably got that idea from watching TV. But when I saw how happy Yukimaro looked, I didn't feel the need to correct him. After visiting my sister's shop, how about we grab some crepes? Yukimaro's face lit up at the suggestion, shining almost too brightly.
うおー、一度食べてみたいと思っておったのだ。ミサ殿、感謝する。
Shh, you can't be so loud on the train.
これはすまぬ。マナーというのがあるんだったな。
Although Yukimaro apologized, he was still restless, buzzing with excitement. He could be like a little kid one moment and then surprisingly mature the next. I quickly decided to sneak a peek at him. He's giving you that look. That adoring look. Catching me, Yukimaro smiled effortlessly and tilted his head. I wonder if he's doing it on purpose. Since we boarded the train, Yukimaro has casually guided me and shielded me. He was almost like my personal escort. Now that I think about it, whenever we walk on the sidewalk, he takes the side nearest to the road. Noticing those little things made me smile. I felt like I was being treated like a lady with the way he protected me.
こうしていつもの街を離れるのも新鮮でいいの。
Agreed. Even casual conversations were enjoyable with him. I only wish we could visit more places together like this. No, I shouldn't get so emotional, not now anyway. I tried to shake the thought from my head. Yukimaro cocked his head, looking puzzled.
どうしたのだ？
Oh, this is our first save file too. So that's the prologue. That's where I saved to get to today. We're gonna save there. And we're gonna say, I'm just having so much fun. I'm just having so much fun.
公共の場所でそのように可愛らしいことを言うでない。
He's just gonna have to kiss you.
ギュッとしたいのをこらえるのに必死じゃ。どうしてくれる？
Sorry. The Yukimaro, so flustered, made me burst out laughing.
まったく。
Just do it anyway. Then Yukimaro whispered in my ear. His hot breath tickled my skin.
その笑顔が向けられる先は永遠に我であってほしいものだが。
I'm wearing headphones, so I mean I say this all the time, but every time they whisper into their ear, like I can hear it, like they're right behind me. Sometimes it gives me goosebumps. Then Yukimaro then stood up straight.
ミサ殿、我が見えなくなってしまってもどうか笑っていてほしい。
I thought there was going to be a CG associated with that.
笑顔を向ける先が別のものに変わろうとも、そなたが幸せでいてくれさえすれば、我はそれでいいのだから。
Aww. He's like the first person that has said, even if you're not smiling at me, I want you to be happy. Maybe it was Hibiki. There was someone else that was like, you may grow old and get married and stuff like that, but like never forget me or something like that. Or hopefully you'll have eyes only for me. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been so long. I started this game back in October and I don't remember anymore. I understand. Felt a mix of joy and sorrow, but I embraced his thoughts and feelings. As for me, I want love to begin and end with you, Yukimaro. That was my only wish. I just want to fall in love with anyone else. The train was a public space, and mortals are required to act a certain way here. I knew that, but I couldn't help myself. With a bashful smile, she kept excitedly talking about how much fun she was having. Ah, she's so cute! My heart clenched in turmoil. I yearned to hold Misa close, to share my feelings with her. If only we weren't surrounded by so many people. The challenge made the moment seem even sweeter. I wanted to enjoy it, yet I want to get off this train immediately. I want to hold her hand this very instant.
のう、まだつかぬのか。
Almost. Why do you seem so exhausted?
そうか。この戦いもあともうすぐで終わる。
It sounds almost like motion sick. Huh? Looking at Misa felt overwhelming. I'd surpassed even my own limits. Yet I still wanted to savor everything about the moment. I endured my struggle until we got off the train. You can hold her hand, right? That's okay. That should be allowed. We have new backgrounds. Oh my goodness, with a lot of clothes. Finally, we reached my sister's store. Her display immediately caught our attention. I paused to admire it. Wonder which one it is. There's a lot of displayed things out there. Wow, look how cool it is, don't you think, Yukimaro?
なかなかに良い出来栄えじゃ。というか、良い雰囲気を作り出しておる。
I wonder if his ability to sense auras extends to objects as well as people.
ミサ、いらっしゃい。ゆきまろさんと来たなんて意外だな。
Hey, Tsubasa. Sayaka couldn't come, so I asked Yukimaro to join me instead.
お邪魔しておるぞ、姉上殿。
Dear sister. Oh yeah, she met Koharu, not him.
姉上殿ってのはちょっと恥ずかしいな。翼でいいですよ。
He's thinking ahead.
では、翼殿じゃな。
まあ、それでもいいかな。
ふむ、なるほど。このお店の良い雰囲気を作っておるのは、どうやら翼殿らしい。
Yukimaro nodded with a smile, as if he'd come to some kind of understanding with the place.
見事な飾り付けだが、それだけではない。翼殿の人柄と仕事への熱意が人々を引きつけておるのだな。
I knew it. He could read the aura of objects too. Even if Yukimaro isn't an expert in fashion, he was able to recognize the shop's appeal.
やだな、褒めすぎですよ。そこまで言われちゃうとどうしたらいいかわからなくなるじゃないですか。
我は素直な気持ちを述べただけだが。
おいミサ、この人止めてよ。恥ずかしくて仕事になんないって。
Stop it, he's making me blush. Seeing my sister so flustered was rare, and I didn't know why I thought it was so funny. Just accept it. Yukimaro has a knack for picking up on people's best traits. But for what it's worth, I agree with him.
ってことは、こういう人を選んだあんたも見る目があるってことだな。
Oh, does she know? I forgot I was at a loss for words. It's not like I picked him. Well.
ゆきまろさん、帰り道は妹を家のそばまで送ってあげてくれませんか？
頼まれずともそうするつもりじゃ。何を置いてもミサ殿を守ると約束しよう。
あなたに任せれば心配なさそうですね。
I hadn't planned to keep my relationship a secret from my sister, but she seemed to have figured it out already. I'm so embarrassed. But at the same time, it wasn't a bad feeling. I would be questioning how old he is if I was her sister. Like, how old is this man? He doesn't go to your high school, right? Even her mom said that he was an older man.
よし、新作も入ってるし、秋冬物を見立ててやるからこっち来い。ゆきまろさんはうちの妹が着飾るところを見物しててください。めちゃくちゃ可愛くなるのを保証しますから。
Hey.
ほう、それは楽しみじゃ。今日はあと何度惚れ直してしまうのか。恐ろしや恐ろしや。
I can't believe he just admitted that out loud more times.
そなたのことは日々惚れ直しておるのだ。1日の最高記録は9回じゃ。今日は新記録が出るやもしれん。
I've fallen in love with you 9 times today. I was flattered, but I also didn't want him to overdo it. It was too embarrassing.
ゆきまろさんって面白い人なんですね。
Gosh. Now that we're here, I see that my sister and Yukimaro plan to make this fun for themselves. I just stood there watching them, amused and embarrassed, as they excitedly talked about me while I tried on various outfits. I felt both delighted and self-conscious. Well, this turned out to be fun. Well, at least she had fun.
ああ、今日は実に良い日じゃ。ミサ殿の愛らしい姿も見られたし、クレープも美味だし。
He's had a fun date. Yukimaro had cream at the corner of his mouth as he let out a happy laugh. You've still got some cream on you here. I reached out and wiped it away. Suddenly, Yukimaro licked the cream off my finger. Ah. CG,
そなたが
please.
地層してくれたものはどんなことがあっても残さぬ。
Not a single bite. I'm gonna lick it off your finger. You surprised me. Next time, please ask first, okay? What am I even saying? My heart raced from the surprise, leading to that odd admonition from him.
今度からきちんと申告しよう。それにしても。
She acts all shy and embarrassed, but she really enjoys it. Yukimaro glanced at the passerby before continuing.
成見ヶ浜と違って人がたくさんいるの。賑やかで良い場所じゃ。
So you like lively places, Yukimaro?
我は人間が好きでたまらぬでな。
He finished his crepe and looked truly content.
人々の活気にあふれている場所は良い気で満ちておる。それを感じ取るのは心地が良い。
His affection for people reminded me that he was once a god. Hey, is it true you were a god, Yukimaro? We finally asked him. Oh my goodness. It was something I hesitated to ask him about. But he seemed neither surprised nor upset by the question. He merely smiled.
ほう、我のことを聞いてくるとは珍しい。
I've always been curious, but now I just want to know everything about you.
嬉しいことを言ってくれる。せっかくの機会じゃ。一つ昔話に花を咲かせるのもいいか。
Is it story time? Yukimaro looked up. His gaze wandered into the distance as if shifting through life-forgotten memories.
これは今よりずっと昔の話じゃ。
Somewhere deep in space. Story time. Long ago, people worshipped me as their god. I safeguarded the land and blessed its people. In essence, I was the deity of the land. Faith of the people sustained my divinity. I thrived on the prayers and offerings. But as time went by, fewer and fewer people believed in me. In the end, only an elderly couple prayed to me. Every day they visited my modest shrine and leaving offerings in my name. Each time they passed, they bowed and prayed. For a god, there is no greater pain than being forgotten by your followers. That couple was my last beacon of hope. But time is unforgiving. One day, only the old woman came. It seemed that her husband had fallen ill. Each day, she prayed that I would heal him. Please heal my husband's sickness. Without him, I feel I'll die of despair. I felt her pain deeply. Without them, I too would have faced such despair. I yearned to repay them. They had visited me daily. They had given me gifts and kind words. Even though my powers waned, I still yearned to save the old man. Hearing my determination, Koharu furrowed his brow in response.
お前には人間の病を治すくらいの力はある。だが、個人的な感情で直接干渉することは禁忌じゃねえか。お前、神でいられなくなってもいいのか。
よいよい。持っていたって使わぬ力なのだぞ。持ち腐れになるなら人々のために役立てるのがいい。それにな、神でいられずとも人々を幸福にすることはできる。なせばなる 何事もな。
そうかよ。ま、お前らしくていいんじゃねえか。
Afterward, I went to the couple's home and cured the old man's illness. Seeing their joy brought me such warmth. Yet, having broken the taboo, I was forced to resign as a god. My hand was marked. Oh, is that how he got that? I was stripped of my powers, yet I harbored no regrets. I don't need power to support anyone or someone. All you need is determination. Thus I became a guardian spirit, driven by my desire to bring happiness to people. That's such a sweet story. That was so cute. He lost his godlyhood for the kindness of his heart. It sounds like Kohara was very fond of him as a god too. As Yukimaro finished, he rubbed his left hand. I noticed the dark bruise there.
このあざは我の宝物。これはあの夫婦との思い出の証なのだ。我を最後まで信仰してくれて、毎日心を満たしてくれたあの日々のな。
He always said he enjoyed seeing people smile, and hearing the story from his past made me smile. It was clear he had no regrets.
座敷わらしは我にとって天職じゃ。我が幸福を感じているということは、我の周りにいる人々も幸福という証。人間とは良い関係を築きたい。だが、
Yukimaro turned to me. His gaze was peaceful yet filled with passion. He stared directly into my eyes.
我が我自身の幸福を願うようになったのは、そなたと出会ってからじゃ。
Me?
ああ、そなたのそばにいたいと思うようになってな。
I think it's the first time I've actually heard him say the word yes.
そなたをぎゅっと抱きしめ、肌で感じ、そなたの笑顔の先にいるのが我ならばと、そんな幸福あふれる願いを抱いたのだ。
Suddenly, Yukimaro's expression turned sad and my heart began to ache. We care so deeply for each other. Why can't we have a future together? Somehow, I already knew the answer to that question.
すまない。夢のような話だったの。
Yukimaro stood up and smiled as he offered his hand to me.
さて、そろそろ日が沈む。帰らねばな。
Is she gonna wake up tomorrow and he's gonna be gone? I'm gonna be upset. Right. I smiled as usual and took his hand. I tried not to drown in the sorrow that lingered in my heart. I know, he said this is all a dream. Her date better not be a dream. I returned home with Yukimaro. My mother had a night shift, so I had dinner with my sister. She kept asking about Yukimaro, but little did she know he was standing right there in spirit form. It's not fair you were listening in on us.
良いではないか。そなたが我への思いを語る姿を見るのも、胸がキュンとして好きなのじゃ。
I'm going to listen to everything.
ゆきまろさんって意外と意地悪ですね。でも、僕だったとしてもそばで聞いちゃうかも。
I know, right? Who wouldn't? As the three of us talked, time quickly passed us by. Oh, I need to start getting ready for bed soon. Then Toka took a step towards me.
ミサさん、おやすみなさい。眠っている間も見守っていますね。
Protecting you from Yukimaro.
と言っても、ずっと見守っているんですけどね。それが僕の幸せだから。
Sure, let her know that you're going to be watching her. It's your joy to watch her while she sleeps. Thank you, but hearing you say that like that, it makes me embarrassed. Toka smiled and left the room. I suddenly found myself alone with Yukimaro.
今宵こそ共に眠りたいのだが。
No. I knew she would say no, but just flat out no is funny. Yada, we're not having it.
わかっておる。だが、お休みの中は良いだろう。
You can at least give him a kiss, right? Well, without waiting for an answer, Yukimaro gently took my hand and kissed it. Dang it.
ミサ殿、今日もありがとう。願わくば、夢に我が現れるように。
If she hesitated like that, I would have kissed her, but he's being a gentleman and only kissing her hand. I want to thank you too. I'll be wishing to see you in my dream until I fall asleep, okay? Yukimaro smiled in response and then left the room. Today was another happy day. You're not gonna give me CG, are you? With that thought in mind, I lay down in bed. Oh, I need to turn off the lights. Unable to fight the tiredness, I closed my eyes. I hoped to dream of Yukimaro. I heard someone calling me in my dream.
ミサ殿、ミサ殿。
Well, at least it doesn't sound like Manami. Is that Yukimaro?
ずっと見守っておる。大切なそなたの幸せを我は願って。
I knew it. He's going to be gone tomorrow, isn't he? Can't really hear him. What is he saying? Hey, Yukimaro. Should have just kissed her. Kissed her! Dang it. The bright morning sun cascaded through the window, waking me up. What a strange dream. It was as though Yukimaro was saying something to me, or at least that's how it felt. I didn't think I'd actually dream of Yukimaro. I got ready as usual and ate my breakfast just like any other morning. When they say stuff like any other morning, you know it's not like any other morning. No one's going to be there. All three of them are going to be gone. But something was different. No one was home, not Yukimaro, Toka, or Koharu. See? I told you. Is everyone busy or something? Nope, you can no longer see them. I'm heading out. I looked around the house. I thought at least Yukimaro would be here. He always waited for me outside whenever I'd head to school, but I didn't see him anywhere. I know. Should have let him kiss you goodbye. I have a bad feeling about this. Don't tell me he left without saying goodbye. Say goodbye in your dream. You just couldn't hear him. After school, I ran home as fast as I could. He wouldn't leave without saying goodbye. That's not exactly what's happening. He didn't leave, I just couldn't see him. When that realization came to me at school, I just couldn't stay calm. Yukimaro, are you here? Toka? Koharu? But no one responded, and my voice was the only thing that echoed in the hall. Horrible emotions overwhelmed me. You could do the spirit board and talk to Koharu that way. Hey, if you take your finger off the spirit board, he can haunt you again. That's what I would be doing. At least you can see one of them. I felt like the depths of my soul were being crushed. I could barely breathe.
What?
Oh? Koharu? Suddenly I heard a voice from behind, and I rushed to turn around to find Koharu there. Okay, I guess he's still haunting her. Koharu? I'm so glad. I thought I couldn't see you guys anymore. I was so worried. Relief washed over me as I looked at Koharu. I'm sure both Yukimaro and Toka are just out taking care of something. Have you seen Yukimaro? I haven't seen him all day today. Yeah, he's gone. Koharu, what's the matter? Why isn't he saying anything? Why does he look so pained?
お前に俺が見えているのはなんでだと思
Because you're still haunting her? What?
う？俺がそうさせているからだ。お前が儀式に失敗した。その代償にたたるっていう名目でな。
I felt dizzy.
雪丸も十日もどこにも行っていない。ずっとお前のそばにいる。今もここにな。
I looked around me, but still I couldn't see anyone. It was just Koharu and me in the room. But I didn't get to say goodbye. I couldn't even say thank you. I couldn't see anything before me. Tears began streaming down my face. From there, I could no longer form words. Koharu placed his hand on my head and offered me his chest to lean on. I clutched his kimono tightly and I just cried and cried like a child. That's gonna be the end. Dang it. Ah, it's gonna make me cry now. Why is it gotta end like that? Can you imagine being Yukimaro and watching her cry into Koharu? You can't comfort her, it's only him. You can't comfort her. Only Koharu can, because she failed the ritual. Why am I crying? I don't understand. Just a game. I knew it was gonna be like that though. Like I should have prepared myself. We're gonna turn off the music. The music's just making it more sad. Well, I guess I get to do the lame chapter 7 CG for the thumbnail because I didn't get one because the developers hate us. We should have had a CG of him licking the crepe cream off of her finger. That would have been a good one. I guess Manami only gets those. Anyway, I'm just going to end the episode here because it's almost 1 and I have to edit it. And if I keep talking, I'm just going to cry again. So if you guys did enjoy it, drop a like down below and or subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.